Hello, I am Tanya Nardini and I'm a Brazilian director and choreographer. And since 2007, I am an associate director for Chicago the Musical all over the world. That means that this last 13 years I've been traveling all over the world, working with some amazing, talented artists from very different cultures. We've been doing this virtual meetings, almost all the Velmas, all the Roxies, all the Billies, and more and more and more from everywhere.
So when she came up with the idea of connecting people that have worked in the same project with the same director, but in different lands, in different places and countries, we have no borders anymore. We are connecting as if we were in the same place. This timing stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's night, afternoon, or day. Everybody's just, I mean, we are connecting as humans. So it was all super beautiful to see every time they met each other for the first time and they saw each other's faces. I'm very happy, and I thank you, Tanya, a lot for the opportunity and for all the learnings and for meeting these three ladies that I don't know if I will ever meet them. And that's so beautiful. That's so nice. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
That's how this little project started, connecting people outside in, inside out. Enjoy.
Okay, so ladies, thank you very, very, very much. I'm very, very grateful to see you all. I miss you so very much, so very much.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You too.
So now what I want from you, ladies, it's for you to introduce yourselves to your fellow Roxies and, you know, talk about who are you and what's your connection with the role, when and where you played the role, and we go from there. Who wants to start? Sarah, yes.
Hi, my name is Sarah Soetaert. I'm originally from Belgium, but I came to live in London many, many moons ago. I won't say how many years ago. I was first introduced to Chicago as a member of the ensemble. I started off as Honyak, and then I did Mona. I played Mona.
Wow.
And in my second year of playing Mona, I accepted the challenge of understudying Roxie, and that was that. And I left the show, and I went and did other shows, and then I was called back to actually play the part. Amazing. So I think that was in 2008. Yes, 2008. So I've had a very long journey with Chicago. I've come and been back and forth many times. It's with the role of Roxie, I feel she's sort of, I'm sure you probably all feel the same, ladies. She very much becomes part of you. And whenever I went back, she always grows. She always develops. She's always on a journey, and I can always bring new things. I do feel that Chicago is very much a family. You always see people again. You always meet the same gang or people from years ago. It's an extraordinary part of that family, the Chicago family. It's just such a bless. So, yes, that's me.
Where did you do the show?
Yeah.
In London. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that, did I? In London, always in London. Yeah.
I do have an interesting story about Sarah. I first met Sarah, I think it was 2013. I went to London to rehearse a UK cast, a London cast, to do a China tour, a tour in China. She is amazing. So it was a blessing and you know, an honor to work with her. And then we went to China. Everything was weird. And then at the end of that, we only played once in China. We did one performance and then we left. After just one beautiful performance, like amazing. The whole cast, the band, it was crazy. So we left China.
It was just with there were no spotlights. It was just like going to a theater, like a proper play, because it was just no spotlights. You didn't get any extra. It was just one, I can't remember, stage lights, but in a modified way. But it made it even more special, I thought, because you didn't have anything to help you. It was just all us together, like in the rehearsal room, but you know.
And then we left China with that feeling that we owed China our show, because it was an amazing show. And I was very sad, in particular for Sarah, because her work in that show was so amazing, and she did one performance. And then years later, 2018, I had the opportunity to go back to the UK and now to do the show in the West End. And who was my Roxie? And we did it again, and it was amazing. Thank you very much, Sarah. It was amazing.
It's just it's so pure and so magical how you found me and pushed me in the direction you must probably all have experienced. The magic that Tanya brings you and how she can guide you and steer you. It's truly amazing. It's genius.
Thank you. So just to connect to that story, we have here Carmen, who is from South Africa, who did go to China. Twice.
Wow.
Yes. So we're good to China, Sarah. We're good.
We did go back. We did. We went back. The first one was 4 months that we spent there traveling around. And then the second tour was 2 months. The first one was in 2018. Tanya, was that it? Yeah, the end of 2018. And then we went back in the end of 2019. So it was a good long time. Many cities, incredible people. They loved the show. I mean, Sarah, you know, from that one performance, they just were so appreciative. So I'm Carmen Pretorius. I'm writing notes because I'm that kind of person. Tanya will tell you how I'm so excited to be here. I performed the show in China, and then we did South Africa, 2 cities, and then we did Germany. So we did a German tour, and then we did Austria. My journey was really exciting. I think we all know. Tanya just brought out so much in me as a person to find the role. And I often was talking to Samantha Pio, who played Velma. We just were so inspired by how she made the character unique to each of us, because I've kind of trawled and looked at all the footage I could get of Roxie's. So I know all of you and just how beautifully Tanya's worked with us individually. And as we all know, it's a very special journey to embark upon. So that's me.
Thank you. Can I ask Ryoko?
Hi. What a long time no see.
I know, it's been a long time.
So I want to introduce by myself, and I can't speak in English well. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best. And then I'm Ryoko, who played Roxie in Japan. First we met Tanya in 2008 or 2007? 8. Wow, long time. Yeah, and that was my first musical. That was so hard for me. And then I remember now, I cried a lot in front of Tanya, right? So I couldn't find who is my Roxie? Who is the Roxie? I was so afraid of dancing in front of the person sometimes.
but Tanya always helped me a lot. And then after that, I could join to the Broadway 3 times.
Wow.
Wow.
That was big success for me. But Amra, do you know Amra, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Amra helped me a lot all the time. And then last year we did together, and he wrote. And then yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm glad to see you all.
I think we've all cried in front of Tanya. Well, I have.
Never, ever.
I think there is something that is called like the Roxie breakdown.
Yes,
That's what
right.
Gary told me.
Yeah. And Tanya's then like, oh, here we go again. Talk.
You're right on time.
Yeah, so Ryoko, it was a pleasure. It was really a pleasure because I knew it was your first musical and you were so open. And being a Japanese woman and the fact that she felt comfortable and to cry in front of me, it's a big testimony of her trust. And and I am very proud of her because she started from that production in 2008 and she did a very good run in Japan, and after that she went on Broadway, which is not easy, and she had a lot of pressure because she was already a very, like many of you, very known TV actress, so there was a lot of eyes on her. You know, what is she gonna do on stage? So there was a lot of pressure, and she did great. And thank you for coming. Who is next? Nat, go ahead, Nat. It's very late in Australia, I know.
I am, so blessed to be a part of this group and getting to play the role of Roxie, lifelong dream, without a doubt. So, well, I'll tell the story when I originally did the show. So I did the show when I was 23, so 20 years ago. I was in the ensemble. I hate to admit I've got a really nice light facing me right now. So,
Yeah, how old were you? 8?
I know.
Oh my God, I was 23. Oh, actually, I'm 44 now. Yeah, I'm 44. So, but I was in the ensemble, and I was doing a show at the time called Rent, and Chicago was running in Australia, and one of the dancers was leaving the show. So I auditioned, and I thought I was a much stronger singer and actor than I ever was a dancer. So for me, I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go, you know. And I did it. I got in, which was just like, what? And then I was offered understudy to Roxie. I rehearsed, and then I went on for my first night, and I felt something tweak in my rib. And the next day I found out I fractured my rib, and I was off for 6 weeks. And then I watched from the sidelines. You know, I did my understudy rehearsals, never got to go on. And 20 years later, I'm telling you girls, I hear the whisper that Chicago's coming, and I'm like, I have to play Roxie. I have to play Roxie. This is like, I have to play this role. So I called my agent and said, I know I'm like way old, too old and all this, but I went, and I felt like I just opened my heart and my soul to an experience that I felt acting wise I was way more ready for than I would have been at 23 years old. Like I had so much more experience and lived, and I'd hurt, and I'd, you know, suffered, and I was ready. I was like, this role mine. But I also surrendered to the fact that if it was meant to be, it was, and if it wasn't, it wasn't. So during this time, I'd done TV, I'd recorded music and all kind of other things in the industry. And they were like, we need you to wear chorus shoes. And I was like, I don't have chorus shoes. I'm 40. Like, no, that doesn't happen. And I rocked up and I had some YSL 5-inch heels on, which was just so wrong. And I danced in that in my audition. And yeah, it wasn't amazing. I think I was okay, but I really just wanted to go for it. But I wasn't as fearful as I was when I was 23. I knew that I was supposed to play this role. Anyway, I ended up getting the role. It was a really big thrill for me, and especially working with Tanya. I've worked with so many different people over the years, but you really, my heart, my soul, like every inch of my body and everything that I am now is because of you, and I really adore that. As you all know, you change our lives because what you give us is the ability to go for it and to let loose. Anyway, I just had an absolute ball. I'm so honored to be here with you all and to be asked to be on this journey and to be, to know that we've all played such an iconic role in such an extraordinary musical. I'm really blessed. So thanks. And I talk a lot.
Ivy, go. You're my.
Yay. Hi, everybody. My Korean name is Eunhae Park, and my stage name is Ivy. I was a K-pop singer 15 years ago. Nice to meet you guys. 저는 요즘에 코로나 때문에 사실은 되게 오랫동안 쉬는 상황이었는데 정말 너무 행운으로 렌트라는 작품을 이렇게 하게 돼서 예전에 우리 지우가 했던 작인데 제가 이번에 어떻게 하게 됐어요. 사실은 오디션을 안 봤는데요. 원래 하기로 했던 사람이 갑자기 일이 생겨서 하차를 하는 바람에 정말 럭키 걸이 됐어요. 그래서 열심히 준비하고 있고 이렇게 어려운 가운데 여러분들 시간 내줘서 만나서 너무 반갑습니다.
I haven't performed on stage for a long time because of the coronavirus, and very luckily I'm now rehearsing for Rent, playing Mimi, which was actually played by Jennifer before. Actually, I did an audition for the part, but somehow I got to replace the actor who was supposed to play this role, and I'm really happy and lucky to be part of the process. And it's so great to see you all in this strange times, difficult times.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. 감사합니다. It's very good to see you. I want to go to Maria Rosenberg, who I know Maria Lucia from Denmark.
And hi, everyone. So nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. If you're wondering why I'm looking down a lot, it's because I'm pregnant.
Wow! Oh congratulations!
Thank you. And my little boy is just jumping around whenever you guys speak. So I think he's like everything. And my due date is about in a month. So it's soon.
Wow.
Hey.
It's very exciting. I played Roxie, was it in 2017, Tanya?
Yes.
In Denmark? Yeah, here in Copenhagen, where I live. And it was something extra because I'm not a dancer at all. So it was very tough for me. So I started rehearsing with a teacher of mine here in Copenhagen before I even met Tanya and the whole cast a year before we started rehearsal, just to get it under my skin, to understand what was going on and how to place myself correctly on stage. I'm mostly an actor and a singer here in Denmark, so it was a stretch for me, but an amazing journey and a lot of tears, of course, together with all of you. But with Tanya's, extraordinary help, I mean, it was unbelievable to be a part of that show. and it's forever in my heart. So yeah.
Thank you. It's very nice to see you again, Maria Lucia. Very nice.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
I know.
Yeah.
So talking about Maria, let's go to Maria León from Mexico.
Hi. Well, I am Maria León, and I've always been in love with the show, but I never got to see it until last year when I went to Broadway to see it for the first time, because I had just made my audition for Velma, actually. So I went there, and a friend of mine told somebody in the staff that I had done the audition, so I got to go on stage, like backstage, and met Rob Bowman, and I secretly borrowed one of these.
A razzle.
Yeah, that I am willing to return someday, maybe, I don't know. But then I came back to Mexico, and they called me and they said, you know what, they don't see you as a Velma. And I'm like, okay, well, I had a lot of delusion to be on that part, because 20 years ago, Chicago was played for the first time here in Mexico with the very iconic Bianca Marroquin. I know everybody must have heard of her. She did Roxie a lot of time in Broadway. So she's like a Mexican idol for all of us. And I was like, I want to play beside her, you know? And when they called me to tell me that I didn't get the part, I was like, oh, okay, thank you. But it was a great experience meeting you guys on the audition. And she's like, no, they want you to play Roxie. And I'm like, are you sure? are you for real? He's like, yes. Are you willing to do this effort? And I'm like, of course. This is like a great honor for me. And that's where the journey started with Tanya and Gary and the two Robs. So it was very nurturing and very loving, the whole process, because we had very, very short time. We had 6 weeks, and I was very almost addicted to trying to be the closest to perfection. So I wrote everything down, almost like you, Carmen. Yes. And of course, it was a very beautiful experience where you felt like, for me, it was very important. And there was a lot of pressure also, because Bianca was such an icon for the Roxie name that I was very scared. But Tanya helped me a lot to make it my own and to feel important as an actress making this part, and as everything in myself counted to make Roxie alive. And also she was very loving to make me always sure of what I was doing. So thank you, Tanya. Yeah. It was an honor really being part of this, and it's great knowing you and knowing all the stories and how also Roxie lives still in all of you, and I'm willing to keep it alive for many years and maybe someday give it this back.
Hey, Mollie, I think my latest Roxie from the USTour, right? We were together in Yakima or Spokane or somewhere in February.
So beautiful. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I was just on the North American tour. We only got in 16 performances before we had to stop for a while. I'm just itching to be back on that stage in Roxie's shoes. She really was a dream for me. Oh, this is my cat. She wants to say hello.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, it just was such a dream, and nothing like I imagined either, too. Like some of you, I auditioned for the ensemble, and then they said, here, try Velma. And then they said, here, try Mama. And then they said, here, try Roxie. You know, like the day before auditions were over. And oh my God, it was just the wildest experience. And then, so I had no idea what to expect when I came in. And Tanya and Gary just took me in and nurtured me. And when Tanya saw me crying in the hallway, and she followed me into the studio, and she said, I was so embarrassed. I like hid my face.
Yeah.
And Tanya said, "What took you so long?" First week in. So then I never stopped. But it was magic, and I can't wait to go back and do it again. I can't wait.
Thank you, Mollie. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jennifer, Korea.
Hi, everybody. Hola. I'm Jennifer. I'm Korea's Roxie, 2018, right? 사실 저는 락시가 너무 저의 정말 꿈의 역할이었었어요. 근데 한국에서는 여기 계시는 아이비 언니가 있지만 아이비 이퀄 락시, 락시 이퀄 아이비여서 사실 내가 할 수 있을까? 더군다나 같이 언니랑 하니까 되게 겁도 났었고 무섭기도 했었고 그랬는데 사실 언니도 너무 많이 도와줬고 타니아도 저한테 항상 와가지고 얘기할 때 너는 락시야, 너는 너 그대로가 락시야 라고 항상 응원을 해줬었고 저는 게리가 제일 무서웠어요. Every day Gary tells me your knees Daddy, your leg 너는 필라테스 배워야 돼 막 이러면서 너무 혼났었어가지고 항상 게리가 무서웠는데 사실 시카고 하면서 저는 너무너무 행복했었고 락시 모놀로그 할 때가 저는 제일 행복했었어요. 너무 재밌었고 발끝에서부터 머리끝에까지 소름 끼칠 정도로 정말 행복했었고 언제 또 락시라는 역할을 제가 하게 될지 시카고에 참여하게 될지는 모르겠지만 사실 뭐 다음 공연 또 내년에 올라간다고 하는데 저는 또 오디션을 봐야 되기 때문에 다시 락시를 하기 위해 그리고 다시 또 타니아를 만나기 위해서 오디션 열심히 할 거예요. 그리고 락시는 정말 잊지 못할 저한테는 너무너무 소중한 제 인생에 결혼하고 아이를 낳고 나서 내가 다시 배우로 발돋움할 수 있을까라는 생각을 했을 때 저한테 있어서 너무 터닝 포인트가 될 수 있었던 역할이었어요. 그래서 너무너무 사랑하는 역할입니다.
Roxie was my dream role, but Ivy is such an iconic actor in Korea as Roxie, so I had a lot of pressure, and I also had to play Roxie with Ivy in that production. So there was a lot of pressure, and I was scared, but Ivy helped me so much through the process. And Tanya always supported me, saying that I can be Roxie. She always told me you are Roxie as you are. So she always supported me. And I was scared by Gary in the process a lot because he was like always told me off about my knees and you have to get some Pilates lessons and but I was always happy playing Roxie. And the happiest moment for me on stage was when I was doing Roxie's monologue. I had so much fun in that scene, and a lot of times I got chills in my whole body, head to toe. It was such an unforgettable experience, especially because it became a turning point in my life as an actor after I got married and I had a baby. So I love the role so much, and I can't wait to be back as Roxie. I have to. Chicago is coming back to Korea next year. I have to audition for the role to play Roxie and to work with Tanya again. So I hope it goes well.
Me too.
Thank you.
Bravo. Carien.
Yeah, well, I'm Carien and I'm from Holland. And I did Chicago in 2014 in Germany. And I actually sent my stuff for ensemble because, of course, every dancer wants to do Chicago. And then I got invited for Velma. But like a lot of you guys, I got a call back for Roxie. So in German. And,
in German?
In German. So
Wow.
I was like, can you please learn the lines for tomorrow? And So yeah, and then I got the part in Germany. So I did it over there, and my Velma was Lana. I don't know if you know Lana, who did it on Broadway as well. Mollie, you know her?
Not personally, but
Okay. I thought maybe one of you had played with Lana as well. And so did in Germany, and we finished in 2015. And then, yeah, many of you had it as well, I think. Until the end of the show, at like the last show, I was like, I'm not ready to leave the part, and I'm still like developing, and I figured out some new stuff at the last show, and I was like, now it's over, you know. I was so sad. But then in 2018, I think Tanya called me like, oh, we're gonna do it in Paris. Do you want to do it in Paris? Would you like to audition? I was like, yeah, but it's again another language, a different language than mine. So I did the audition and was lucky to get the part. So then I did it in Paris as well until last year, June. And still the same feeling. Last show, I was like, again, not ready to leave Roxie. I loved it. I didn't know it was my dream part, actually. I didn't know until I did it. And I can cry now right away. I'm an easy crier. Yeah. So, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty amazing because you all know very well this part of Roxie, how many lines and intentions and, you know, and this woman from Holland came all the way to Germany. She was, at the time she came to audition in Germany, she was the star at the Lido de Paris, a cabaret, a beautiful, I went to see her show and she was amazing. And then I did do that to her. I'm sorry, but I had to. I asked her to, could you come back tomorrow? You don't have to memorize. Just can you have a look of this, the Roxie's monologue in German?
Oh my God.
Come on. And then again, because I knew she lived in Paris for a while. When we were gonna do auditions for Chicago and Paris, I sent her a message, or I called her and I said, okay, we're doing it in Paris. Do you want to come for audition? And she came, and she did it in French. Come on. Now we do have to do it in Holland, so you can do it in your language.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. The thing is that although she was doing the part twice in two different countries, not only two different languages, but different culture, different actors and everything, her Roxie was always solid and always different, because she didn't, you know, she could just hold to that, what she got in Germany and do it again, just change the words.
Right.
But it was completely different and also solid and good. And so, Carien, thank you very much for everything.
No, thank you. I absolutely loved it. Always in my heart. Yeah, absolutely love it. Thank you.
So before we say goodbye for now, I had this idea to get all together. It's just because I miss you very, very, very much. And I miss being in the rehearsal room, working with all of you and hugging you, which is, you know me, I always hugging and kissing and right, like her, hugging and kissing.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see you all and see that you're good and tell you how much I love you and how much I respect you and how much I'm honored to have met you. And I hope that we can meet again and work again somewhere in the world.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Could one of you girls make a screenshot of everybody together?
Good. That's good.
Because I can't, because I only see 3 people.
I can't.
We do like a whatever fussy hand or something. I don't know.
I can do it if you want.
1, 2.
사진 찍게.
Yay!
Stop it.
Yeah.
We are connected, all of us.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Tanya, so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Tanya.
you.
I'm glad
Thank you, Tanya.
Meeting everyone, look after themselves. Look after yourself.
Yeah, guys.
Stay healthy.
I love you. Kamsahamnida.
You too. Bye.
Gracias.
Bye, girls.
Domo arigatou gozaimasu.